Hey all, welcome back to Sim Race's Journey. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're taking a look at the, instead of shooting from the hip, taking a look at the new Next Gen console update, in this case for the Series X Xbox, that came out today. And we've got it downloaded, ready to go. We're going to just give it a real quick overview. Some of the things we've heard: force feedback is better, force feedback is worse, force feedback is gone. We also have heard that, like your under driver, your statistics are wiped. I did check that; they are not, in my case at least. I mean, ratings are still there, stats are still there, so that's cool. We're going to just talk about the graphics a little bit, and just give you a real quick condensed first view, first take, rough guess at how this next gen update is rolling out for everybody else, or at least in our opinion. And also, just want to say we're going to lose a chunk of people in our community, not necessarily the Sim Race's Journey community, but from the ACC, Xbox, and PlayStation community. There's no cross-gen or cross-platform playing anymore. If you're on Xbox, you play other Xbox players or compete against other Xbox drivers. And if you're Xbox Series 1 or PS4, you don't get the next gen update. You can't, there's no cross-gen play on that. So the community is maybe going to be a little bit fractured because of that. I think that's kind of a bummer. So, yeah, and the other thing, one of the things that I was really hoping for in the next gen update was driver changes, and you can still do them the way you could in the old version, which is if you're in an endurance race and there's three of you sharing the driving, 6 hours or whatever it happens to be, all three of you have to be in the same physical location. On PC, you can be scattered around the world, and you pull into the pits and do a driver change, and your co-driver located a continent away can take over controls of your car and drive. So that's cool. We didn't get that. They've talked about giving us that, maybe. They're pretty fuzzy about it in their notes, and we'll include the notes in the description down below. But yeah, that's sort of what we're doing today. Hopefully, you get some information out of this. And as always, we've got links for stuff down below. And anything we have down there linked is either good information we trust, or it's a product we know and trust and we recommend. And we wouldn't do it any other way. You guys have heard me say that from the beginning. We still do that. And also, if you've got the update, let us know in the comments what you think. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Is it not as good as you expected? Better than you expected? Who knows? I mean, just give us your feedback on that. And also, speaking of feedback, maybe just let us know what you think of the force feedback on it. So, without any further ado, let's get into the next gen console update for Assetto Corsa Competizione. Hopefully, the setup's transferred over. Fingers crossed. Okay, so we got our setup. That transferred over, that's cool. While we're here, I want to go down to view settings anyhow. This is another thing I'm excited about. We've got field of view control, finally. There it is. So maybe we can get a little bit more use out of our side view mirrors. We can get a lot of use out of it there, but that's just weird looking. And a lot of other ones that we'll have to tinker with to sort of see what they actually do. A little bit more than I want to get into today. So that's good. Glad they got that. I'm excited. graphics are very crisp. I've not checked the frame rate. It's supposed to be 60 frames per second.
Green light, go, go, go. Car on the right, clear on the right. Car on the right.
Force feedback
Clear
is
on the
much
right.
less.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left.
So we're going to look at nighttime and nighttime in the rain for this new ACC Next Gen update, see how that goes. A couple of things I just wanted to bring up. The more time I've spent with this, the more buggy it feels at times. I've been just sent back to the Xbox home screen for no reason at all, probably 4 or 5 times, just trying to film this section right here, or video this section right here. And that's really frustrating and annoying. That's sort of a quality control issue. And it just feels glitchy and buggy in spots. Startup screen, transitions to the option screens. It feels buggy. And I think they need to really quick get a patch out, fix some of these problems, take the time they need to do it right, and then take the time they need to do the transition from this version to the 1.8 version of ACC for the next gen consoles. Do it right. There's a lot of people out there that are pissed off. I don't blame them. I didn't lose my stats. I'd have been really pissed if I lost them, but a lot of people have. I mean, I've seen a lot of people posting on that. So that's an issue. Yeah, so I just got to get that stuff right. But anyhow, I digressed. We're going to go drive around at night in the rain. It's a heavy rain, and see what the graphics are like. That's primarily what the goal of this is going to be. So let's get to it.
Stay double file.
We're on the grid. Rain looks good. Also, if you notice, the cars don't stutter around first turn here at Spa like they usually do. Or, well, maybe not as badly.
Green light, give it all you can.
And we're off. I think the graphics are really good. So this is the conclusion of a lap of Spa at night in the rain with the Next Gen update. Graphics are beautiful, just beautiful. Next, we're going to take a look at Spa at night without the rain.
Going double
So
file.
now we're at Spa at night, no rain, ACC Next Gen, headlights are on. Oh, that's just beautiful. The way the headlights shine.
Green light. Go, go, go. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Force feedback is very strange. I'm getting
Car on the left. Clear on the
stuff from my wheel that I've never gotten before. Stars in the sky, that's pretty cool. So we pulled over. We're going to let everybody go by because I wanted to sort of see what it's like with the headlights all by ourselves in the dark. So we're just taking a drive here in the night just to get an idea of what the headlights are like by themselves. I mean, without all the other cars around. Like I say, the night sky is just awesome. I love it. But you can see how your headlights tracking the wall. Anyhow, that's ACC Next Gen update on the Xbox Series X at night at Spa, no rain, all by ourselves. Pretty cool. Well done graphics. Graphics are insane. Too glitchy in spots and other aspects, but hopefully they'll get a patch out, and when they do, we'll get back to you on that, and we'll just go from there. And that's Liza helping me sign this section off. So that's a quick look at the Next Gen ACC Xbox Series X update. We decided to hold off a day or so to get a better sense of it, and I'm glad we did for a few reasons. Gave us a chance to live with it longer and just sort of get a sense of it. If you are following on social media anything about this update, you know it's not being particularly well received. There is some positive out there, and we'll go over some positive, we'll go over some negative, but it is overall not a very well received update. It has a feel of being rushed and not finished before it got put out in the world. So anyhow, but here's our take on it, and let's get on with the good first. Graphics. I'm going to give graphics an A. Noticeable improvement. They're super smooth. I mean, they're rich. They're crisp. The headlights at night are amazing. It just did a really good job. And the frame rate, the higher frame rate, the 60 frame per second frame rate, it makes a noticeable difference. It's not a huge difference in my book. I wasn't troubled by the frame rate before, and I haven't driven it enough to know, well, whether my lap times will come down because of it. So we'll leave that for another day. So like I say, an A for graphics. Field of view, give it a B minus. Takes some getting used to. There's a lot of things along with field of view in that menu setting that you can adjust. But to get the field of view wide on a single screen, you wind up with sort of a view like that seems a little bit odd to me. But I think it's just going to take some getting used to on my part. And it's also got this really odd menu location. You can only get at the menu for it from within the car on the track. And here's a little video that shows how you wind up there. So the field of view in the grade I gave it is hard to get to. I'll just show you real quick here. It's a little tiny clip how to do it. You have to be in the race, hit this button, come down here, and here's all your different settings. So it's not a huge criticism, but it's awkward. Why did they put it there when they could have put it? Stability. I'm gonna give it a D or a D minus. I've been dumped to the to the home screen in the Xbox a bunch of times. I mean, it's just not uncommon. And you can see in the video here that's playing, it's just like you make a menu selection and the next thing you know, you're in the home screen. So I give it a D minus for that. A lot of people have lost stats. I've read that multiple times. I've not had that problem, but overall it just feels very glitchy and unstable. So yeah, D minus for that. Force feedback. Had a hard time coming up with a grade, but I wound up landing it, at least for me, on a C minus. I like the force feedback noticeably better on the prior version. A lot better. The wheel has a funny, it feels like, this feedback is down. I don't get as much feel through the wheel, and I don't get as much pushback. There's not as much resistance. And it also feels like there's sand in the gears. It's really hard to describe it, but it just feels grainy. And maybe it's maybe it's better, and I just don't know any better. I don't know. But yeah, I give it a C minus on that. Features, I gave it a D. It's just not up to 1.8. That's what we were gunning for in this. That's what everybody was hoping for, that this would be the same. And I think that's what Kunos realizes they wanted to do. But in order to meet a deadline, they rushed through, and we're a 1.7 level game right now. So they didn't make that. There's no driver swap. They never promised that, but it was a feature that I was really hoping for. No button box support. It's got some good features. Custom lobbies, we haven't tested them out yet. I guess the proof's in the doing on that one, but if it works, that's an awesome feature. I think that's fantastic. 30 player lobbies, that's cool too. So it's got some good features, but it's lagging, so I gave it somewhere between a C and a D, probably closer to a D. So my overall grade on this next gen update for ACC is a C or a C minus, around in there. Not what I was hoping for, not what most people were hoping for, sad to say. So Kunos, you need to fix it, and you need to fix it fast. There are a lot of disappointed people out there. So yeah, that's on you, Kunos. Like I say, I like the older version better. We have a lot of info in the links down below. We have all our usual info in there as far as what kind of equipment we use for video and for sim racing. And that's all stuff that we stand behind, that we use, that we trust. And that's the only way we'll do it. We have links down there to the bug support forum on the 505 website. I'm sure they're just being inundated with reports of problems. So that's in there. And we've got just a lot of other information down below in the description that I think is helpful. Kunos' original sort of sheet that came out about a week or so before the update that listed what was going to be in it, what wasn't going to be in it, what this was and what that was, so you can just have a sense of that. But let us know in the comments if you've got this next gen update, what you think. Be it Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5. Is it an improvement? Did we go backwards? Is it about the same? Force feedback, good, better, worse? You know, I've seen a lot of people say, "Wow, force feedback's fantastic now." Just not my take on it. any glitches and problems that you've had, just let us know down there. And also, if you're getting some value out of this, and we really hope you are, please like and subscribe down below. And we will see you next time on Sim Racer's Journey.